Yes, I did used to live off of protein bars, and no, I do not recommend it. But today I will be doing a very thorough tier list ranking the ultimate protein bars. Like I said, I used to have a very bad problem of always just needing to eat on the go. So I kind of went into this theme of my life for a period of time where a lot of my diet just truly consisted only of protein bars. It really was not good. I don't recommend it whatsoever. This is not advice. I'm just reflecting on my mistakes. But because of that, I have a widespread knowledge of a lot of different protein bars, which is just such a niche piece of information that just lives in my brain rent-free, and I feel like I might as well just share that with the world. As always, I'm not doing this for really nutritional value, really just taste, especially for this video. I feel like that's the most that you can hope for in a protein bar. Obviously, you don't want this long, disgusting list of chemicals all smushed in one little tiny wrapper. I kind of went for the general theme of a chocolatey, maybe more peanut buttery flavor. That's just my preference. And also a few honorable mentions. There are a few of my all-time favorites that I just could not find, and I did go to multiple stores, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's just my bad luck manifesting itself. It is 11:32 p.m., so we'll see how my mood is. Currently, I'm kind of on one. Let's go over our tier list categories, shall we? Starting from the top, we have the hide from your siblings category, which, really isn't my finest naming work. Hear me out here. It's the protein bars that you love so much that you kind of need to maybe put into a different shelf, perhaps hide in your room, in your sock drawer, because you love them so much, but if you do not proclaim your love for them, then they will be eaten by your siblings or your family members. Maybe that's a very niche problem, but I feel like something other people deal with. Maybe I didn't have brothers, I don't know, but still. Then we have the car ride home, which honestly could even be better than hide from your siblings, but we're just gonna roll with it. Car ride home is that snack that you specifically seek out to put at the top of the grocery bag so you can easily grab it from the back seat when you're driving. It's the one that you're thinking the most about. It's the one that you know will not disappoint you, but it's also not the best of all time. It's not one that you need to hide from your siblings, that you're savoring to have for a special occasion, let's say. Then we have the back of the pantry. You bought it, you're not obsessed with it, but you still kind of want to prioritize it, but you're gonna put it in the cupboard for everybody to find, but it's going to be a difficult search. Am I making sense right now? I feel like I'm delusional. Then we have the all too much category. So we're obviously on kind of the decline here. All too much is sort of when you're eating the bar and you're bored of it, like 2 bites in, there's just way too much happening. I think that the problem really resides in maybe the size of the bar or also the consistency. And then lastly, we have a chalky, chewy nightmare. I feel like you're visualizing what that means as I'm saying it, hopefully. But really, it just feels like those bars that are just way too proteiny, they're just not flavorful enough. Hopefully we won't have to be too negative tonight. And then also to address the elephant in the room, I know I've shared this on my Instagram, but the hair is vibrant and very, very purpley today. I know that. Like I've mentioned, I'm very much leaning into it, although I just leaned out. It's just really vibrant in this lighting, so I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. But before we get started, let me just take a big old swig from my water bottle. But she's not just any water bottle. This is the one, the only, the beautiful Hydro Jug. Hydro Jug is actually the sponsor for today's video, which is just one of those things that makes the absolute most sense, especially for me as somebody who drinks a full gallon of water every single day. I finally upgraded to a water bottle that suits me. This bottle holds a whole half gallon of water. To just have to fill this up so mindlessly only twice a day, I get my full gallon of water in without even thinking about it, genius. And also in style. This is the hot coral design. I love it so much. But you can also pick out these really adorable sleeves that help keep the condensation in so it's not just leaking all over your table. And it's also just top notch. Like, not only is it stylish, I chose like this cute little camo color, but also it has a pocket here. You can throw your headphones in here, you can throw your wallet, plus sized iPhones will even fit in here, as seen here, voila. But the sleeve is just a lot more fun. It makes it kind of stand out. It puts a little personalization factor on the bottle, and the bottle itself is BPA free. free. It has this really nice wide mouth up top so you can easily put in supplements or ice, but then the actual bottle itself is totally leakage free. Like I've never once had a problem with it. It's dishwasher safe. It's absolutely the best thing ever. And also, oh my gosh, this is their new bottle in neon pink, which I'm actually so in love with. And also this incredible new sleeve, which is black leopard and just has the most beautiful shiny gloss to it. Also, all of their sleeves come with a strap. I had just removed mine from my other water bottle, but I think it's so handy to also show you as well. This week they are releasing this neon pink color as well as a tan color to their product line, and also the incredible Black Friday sale. Literally everything on their website will be 30% off, including their bundles, which is just the biggest scream of a deal of deals. I'll be leaving a link in my description box below for you to check out Hydro Jug, and when you shop through my link, the discount code will automatically be applied to the Black Friday sale. So you're good, done, dusted. All you gotta do is just pick out your beautiful color, your beautiful sleeves, and you're good to go. Thank you so much to Hydro Jug for sponsoring today's video. The cutest, easiest, most portable, fun half-gallon water bottles. Highly recommend. Let's get the heck into this tier list. I'm gonna start with the refrigerated bar because I've had this bag sitting out for a while and I still want it to be good. These are perfect bars. I'm a big fan of these. I'm not going to lie. I've talked about them on my channel before. I think they're absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. The thing is though, they're definitely very salty almost. You definitely need your Hydro Jug on deck. This is in the flavor dark chocolate peanut butter. Look at all of those chocolate chips. Honestly, this is probably one of their best flavors, but from past experience, this is always and truly my car ride home snack. Like legitimately, it is the first thing I think about as I'm at the cash register. I'm watching her put away the things into the bag. I'm remembering which bag this one fell into. I wouldn't say that they are the most healthiest of all time, but I can at least pronounce all of their ingredients, which is not something I can say for all of these. I don't know, do we care about calorie count? I feel like it's important to mention only for protein bars. Just know that that's not of the utmost importance to me, but if it's something that you're curious about, I'll include it, but trigger warning moving forward. If you don't like numbers, maybe click off. But this is 330 calories and 15 grams of protein. This is the Luna protein and chocolate peanut butter flavor, 12 grams of protein and 190 calories. This bar feels very, very thin. I think I've had this before, but I genuinely don't remember. It's one of those ones that's completely covered in chocolate, which, you know, you might like, you might hate. I'm a little bit of a hit or miss. We'll have to see really how it tastes. This is giving me a lot of Snickers vibes, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't hate it. It's definitely very, very chewy, but not chewy enough to have to put in an all too much or a chalky chewy nightmare. It's not chalky. I feel like this would be a back of the pantry because I enjoy it and I would want to be selfish enough to enjoy it only for myself, but I'm not gonna write home about it. It's nothing that profound, but it was better than I was expecting because truly I didn't know what I was going to think about this. This one's very, very heavy on that chocolate peanut butter flavor. So if you like that, if you're into that, but you also kind of love a very indulgent process, this would be a good protein bar for you. Next up is the Lara bar, which arguably is not really a protein bar, but I would say that these have become so darn popular and I always see them next to the whole rest of these protein bars. So I figured it would at least be important to include, at least for taste. What I do love about Lara bars is the incredibly simple ingredients. This is in the flavor chocolate chip cookie dough. It literally has just 6 ingredients. This is 210 calories and 3 grams of protein. It's definitely very gritty. The flavor from the apples and the dates comes through so profoundly. I really don't know if I'm tasting anything of the sort related to cookie dough, but that's all right, no hate. It totally has that like earthy, a little bit more natural vibe to it. Because it's not a protein bar, I'm not gonna judge it for what it isn't. So I'm just gonna put them in back of the pantry. They're really darn good. They come in a lot of really good flavors. I would argue that their best flavor is apple pie. So stinking good. If you love apples, Next we have Think bars, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I think used to be called Think Thin. I'm convinced of this. I don't know if that's true or not, but hear me out. This is in the flavor peanut butter chocolate chip, 13 grams of protein and 190 calories. If these are the bars that I'm thinking of, I used to eat them religiously, like so much to the point that I made myself sick of them. I just never wanted to think about them ever again in my life. Okay. Ugh. I'm gonna try not to be biased. Genuinely, it does taste kind of like a twisted, more healthy chocolate bar. I do get those vibes, and also peanut butter like through and through. But I think I'm just getting like the worst nostalgia with them. I'm not enjoying them at the moment, but I do know that a lot of other people like them. So I'll be kind to the masses. I really want to put them in All Too Much, which also, I don't know if you recognize this, was a play on All Too Well. I don't know, do I give everybody what they want to hear and put it a little bit higher, or do I stick with my guns and place it a little bit lower? I'm gonna grow a backbone for a second. I'm gonna put it in All Too Much because for me, it's just not my favorite. I can't even smell it again, to be honest with you. But here's the thing, I ate these so much and got sick of them because I loved them so much. So they're genuinely good bars, but for me, I can't do it anymore. I'm sure for you, you'll probably love them, especially if you like plant-based bars. This is plant-based. All right, this one was intimidating the living heck out of me. This is a pro meal on the go bar in flavor peanut butter chocolate chip, 11 grams of protein, 400 per container. It is massive. It looks like something that you would make at home, like a homemade protein bar granola action. Definitely lots of oats and seeds and superfoods, nuts, things of that nature are kind of stuffed in here. I didn't love this at first, but it's kind of growing on me. And if you don't like seeds, I wouldn't recommend this bar. I don't mind them because I kind of like the crunch and a little bit of the saltiness that they provide. Maybe something a little bit more substantial that you're gonna feel a little bit better about eating. This would be probably a really good option. And for a lot of those reasons alone, I'm gonna put this in, this doesn't really make sense, but I'm gonna put it in car ride home, because while I would not eat this in the car ride home, I might bring this along on a car ride road trip. Next, we have the Kind bars. Kind, I believe, has a different line of bars that are specifically protein. They also have their own refrigerated bars, which are absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend checking those out. But this is just one of their more basic bars that I see quite literally everywhere, so it's important to review. I think it's dark chocolate mocha almond, 5 grams of protein, 5 grams of sugar, 170 calories per bar. Obviously, the whole thing with Kind is that they have Kind ingredients as well. So it's one of those bars that you really don't have to question. I feel like there's a lot going on here. This one's delicious. Some of their flavors I'm not the biggest fan of, but this, I think, because of the mocha, honestly, and I'm a big chocolate and coffee girl, makes it taste so good, so smoky almost. I would devour this whole thing. This is yummy, like yummy, yummy, yummy. Kind of blew me out of the park. Shock value, we're going through the roof. We're going straight up to hide from your siblings, particularly because my sister would fight me for this. Too bad for her. I already ate it. Our first protein bar in the top tier. I'm so dang excited. Next up, a little controversy. We have the Atkins meal bar in the flavor chocolate peanut butter, 16 grams of protein, 240 calories. Atkins is kind of like the original keto. They're very big on their net carbs. So if that's something of interest to you, this has 3 grams of net carbs. I already kind of feel like I'm not gonna like this bar. It's giving me think vibes. But I'm gonna have a little bit of a better mentality going into this. Oh God. I hated that first bite, but I'm gonna go back in for a second evaluation because I love you all. Here's the thing, this thing is just not good. It's not only All Too Much, but honest to God, it is a chalky, chewy nightmare. And I don't like saying that because I don't want to pick on anybody. I don't want to be mean, but I also want to give you my honest feedback. And if I'm nice to every single bar, then you're just not going to think anything of my opinion. I don't like this whatsoever. I think I've learned I just don't like any bar that has that full wraparound coating. It just kind of bothers me that I don't see what I'm diving into in the middle. What will the surprise be inside? If you like a chalky, chewy nightmare, then maybe this is the bar for you, but it's just not the bar for me. Okay, we're moving on. I can't be mean. Moving on, hopefully onto a higher note, we have the Go macro bars, which come so highly reviewed. I remember asking for suggestions for protein bars from you all, or even just from friends, and people always rave about the Go macro bars. It's 290 calories and 11 grams of protein, and hopefully delicious. Oh, and this is peanut butter chocolate chip. No surprises. I feel like there must be a reason why so many protein bar companies do the same flavors. Like you've got usually like a lemon. There's always a lemon. There's always a peanut butter chocolate chip or a chocolate chip cookie dough. If you work in protein bars, comment down below, let me know. Right off the bat, we've got a little bit of like a fruit roll-up action. It's very, very soft. I'm a little bit nervous. It kind of feels like a fruit bar. What? That wouldn't make any sense. Nuh-uh. Oh God. This is the one that you will like? No. I'm a little bit confused. There's no like real flavor screaming out to me here. The only thing I'm getting other than like shoe leather is chocolate chips. I feel like that sounds a little bit harsh, but I don't like this literally whatsoever. Like literally whatsoever. I appreciate like the very slim ingredients, like love it for what it's doing. I'm sure many, many people love this, but I think that this is actually my least favorite so far. Holy guacamole. I'm sorry, I don't want to be so freaking mean, but it is an absolute definition of chalky chewy nightmare. Not as much chalky, but chewy to the max. And also, I'm so sorry to the people I have offended, but I just want to know did I choose a bad flavor? Did I do something wrong? Please let me know because I'm genuinely concerned. This one feels like it's coming a little bit out of left field. This is a Nature Valley protein bar, which I don't think I've ever seen before. I found this at a gas station, so I don't know. This is in the flavor mixed nut. It says it has peanuts, almonds, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds. It's 290 calories per bar and 15 grams of protein. It's also, forgot to mention this, literally labeled extra large. It is so darn big. We've got that like icing coating just on the bottom. Oh. That's actually pretty darn good. It's totally up the Nature Valley alley. What? It tastes like exactly something that you would expect from them. So yummy. I think that icing on the bottom just really takes the cake. I'm pretty impressed by this. I'm gonna go with a car ride home snack because not only would I intentionally find this at the top of my bag, but also similarly to my Pro Bar, I would definitely buy this on a road trip. And I don't know if I'm just one of those people that loves road trips because I love road trips, but I also love my road trip snacks. Okay, good. I'm glad we kind of got off of that negative note. Wasn't here for it. Moving right along, I kind of threw this one in for myself, if we're being honest. It is also from the Pro Bar family, which I didn't really intend to do, but I really wanted to try it out because it's a little bit more of the stereotypical protein bars. 20 grams of protein, 280 calories, and it is in the flavor Coffee Crunch, which just is absolutely amazing on every level. Give me coffee anything and it will probably be my favorite. It is reeking in the best possible way with coffee flavor. I love this. I love this a lot. There's a little bit of chewiness, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest. I think because I'm overwhelmed with a coffee bean sensation. Yeah, wow. I think because this is just so Taylor, I'm gonna go all the way to the top. Hide from your siblings. Because I would absolutely hide this from my sisters. Are you kidding me? They're not having this. I am. So stinking good. I feel like I already know how this one's gonna go. We have a Cliff Bar in the flavor crunchy peanut butter. Also one of those ones that isn't outright protein bars, but they're definitely like a go-to granola bar. 11 grams of protein, 260 calories. You know, honestly, I'm just not in the mood for it today. That is the thing. You have to be in the mood for a Cliff Bar. You have to want to dive deep into a Cliff Bar because it is an experience, and I'm not really in the state of mind to be undertaking a Cliff Bar at the moment. But with that all in mind, it still is not really that good. Another just straight textbook definition of all too much. Like there's just so much happening, so much chewing. I'm not in the mood. I'm really not. I feel like there was just so much negativity just all coming out of me at that moment. I don't know if I'm just kind of spicy at this hour, but another whammy, all right? These are the bars that I see day in and day out at the grocery store, at the gas station, at the Quickie Mart, just kind of taunting me. First of all, the size of my head, these are what I imagine like Arnold Schwarzenegger eating like at the top of his peak athletic career. This bar is just heavy duty, like through and through. This is not like your dainty to-go snack. This is a bar. A bar! 410 calories, 32 grams of protein. This is in the flavor Super Cookie Crunch, and the brand is Metrics, I believe. But I'm kind of just happy we're having this moment together because truly, I've always wanted to try these, but I never felt cool enough. Oh, tell me like straight out of the gates, like that doesn't just look like a little dessert you'd find at a buffet. That looks good. To be honest, it smells like straight chemical protein. I think that this is just a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of flavors going on, but I don't really mind the combination of them. But the chewiness is redunculous. I'm chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing. Not to mention, it's one of those ones that I have to bite into oh so gently because I'm nervous I'm going to crack a tooth. Sorry, that's like my second biggest fear. I can't even talk about it. It's not the worst thing I've ever had, but I'm not going to save it for myself, so it's not gonna go in the top 3 categories. I'm gonna place her in all too much. I feel like that is very, very suiting for a monster protein bar. Next up, we have a Zone Perfect bar, 10 grams of protein and 180 calories per bar. These things are tiny. I could only buy this in a box pack, so I had to get like 16 of them. No, I think it was more like 6. This is also in the flavor chocolate chip cookie dough, no surprises. All right, this is so strange because it feels like the complete opposite of everything I've ever known, but the aftertaste is far superior to like your first initial thought. It tastes a lot better after you're finished chewing it. Does that even make sense? Or is that even a good thing? I don't even know. I'm gonna go back to the pantry. It just makes sense to me. They're good, they're not amazing, just kind of middle of the road. I think is very appropriate for this bar. I bet that some of their other flavors would be a lot better. I'm not particularly a cookie dough like #1 fan. I don't hate it, I really don't. And considering I have a full box of them, I have to enjoy them. Next up is a bar from the Kirkland Signature brand, which is a brand specifically sold at Costco. This is in the flavor Cookies and Cream, but they're actually really stinking good. This one has 22 grams of protein, 180 calories. They're very, very firm and very chewy. I like the flavor of them enough to deal with the chewiness. This is just through and through quite literally a back of the pantry bar because I genuinely put them in the back of the pantry. If you have a Costco near you, I would recommend these. I wouldn't say they're the best thing ever, but they're definitely different. Now for like the complete antithesis of everything that I've been saying. The Builder's Chocolate Mint Protein. Ironically, this is also a Cliff brand, so Cliff has their own variety of strictly protein bars. I've known for a really long time this is one of my all-time favorite bars, particularly because one time I accidentally put it in the refrigerator and somehow it made it taste so damn good. Like I thought I was eating a candy bar. It's delicious. This is chocolate mint and I don't even like mint with my chocolate. I don't think that they should belong together. I don't like them when they're combined, but there's something different about this. And I don't even know what it is, but they're so stinking good. 280 calories, 20 grams of protein. I almost don't even want to open it because I want to save it for later. Here's what I mean by antithesis. This one is a bar that has been fully submerged in chocolate as so, but it doesn't bother me. Inside the bar are these incredible little cookie crumbles dunked in chocolate, mixed with mint. It's a perfect, beautiful combination. I always hide them in the back of the pantry. I always want to have them on the car ride home, but most importantly, through and through, I hide them from my siblings. And that, my friends, is the Chocolate Mint by Builder's Protein Bars. Why is that so typical me? Kind of on a similar note, this is another bar that I am so in love with, but it is a chocolate dipped bar. I feel like I shouldn't have just made that statement so broadly because clearly it's been proven wrong again and again. This is a brand I've only seen somewhat recently. It's called Nugo, and this is right up my alley. It's chocolate pretzel with sea salt flavor. Like, talk about a better protein bar for me. I don't even know. It's 200 calories and 12 grams of protein, and I'm not even gonna lie about it. It's so stinking good. The bias is showing. It just has like all of this delicious crunch to it. So much sea salt, so light, so airy, fluffy, nutritious, yummy, delicious. Everything about this bar is through and through. Hide from your siblings. I've also tried multiple flavors from this brand and they're always a knockout of the park. I just have loved everything that they've produced, but by far, this chocolate pretzel is so me, obviously. It's killer. All right, this next one I am kind of dreading, to be honest. This is a bar that I see everywhere and it kind of perplexes me. It makes me a little bit worried and truly a little bit concerned. These are Epic bars. I'm guessing it's a little bit kind of like a take on a beef jerky. However, I really only ever see this flavor, which is bison. I've never had game in my entire life. I'm not much of a meat eater, particularly not red meat, particularly not bison. I don't really know why I threw this onto the list. I kind of think it was because it's also one of those bars that's always on the shelves. You kind of do like a second glance at it, like, is that what I think it is? I'm just gonna taste it for everybody. Like, why the heck not? I believe the flavor is uncured bacon and cranberry. Just learning this now. 7 grams of protein and 130 calories. It really just smells like ham, to be honest. Candidly, I don't like ham. It's not that bad. It really just kind of is like beef jerky, but something that's actually a little bit bothersome is the cranberries, surprisingly enough. The cranberries make the bar like kind of this bloody red on the inside. So it feels like you're eating like a prime rib, medium rare steak. Medium rare, that's a little bit dramatic, but you get my point. But I would genuinely eat this. I think that there's other animals to choose from. I don't think you have to eat the bison. It did pleasantly surprise me, so I'm gonna probably place it. I'm gonna go with car ride home, because if I stick to my guns, then that means I give it the same credit that I gave these other two with that road trip vibe, and that's exactly what I would want to eat on a road trip. Some big fat beef jerky, so I guess some big fat juicy cranberry bison. And also it just impressed me, and I think it ranks a little bit better than those back of the pantry vibes, which now that I'm looking at it, that category is just not the best, but whatever. I really gotta cleanse my palate after that one too. Now we have another Luna bar. Again, I didn't plan this. I don't know how she snuck in here. Maybe I just wanted to try the s'mores flavor. But this is a Luna bar in s'mores flavor. It's 8 grams of protein and 190 calories. I'm liking my vibe so far. We've got kind of like those rice puffs. We've got kind of those rice puffs on top, like a Rice Krispie treat, a little bit of the chocolate dunk only on the bottom, which I appreciate. Very much in line with the Nature Valley. It's got that same airy, light, Rice Krispie vibe. I'm not obsessed with this, but I probably would buy it as a snack for myself. I'm gonna go with back of the pantry. I kind of want to spice up that category, and it does kind of align with its sister, the Luna protein bars, although I would argue that these are better than the protein bars. Maybe I just chose a bad flavor. Obviously this s'mores one is pretty darn good, but yeah, like this a lot. Rounding out our bottom 3. First, we have the Premier Protein. 20 grams of protein, 230 calories in the flavor chocolate peanut butter. I remember eating my heart's desire in Premier Protein bars, particularly in some other chocolate flavor, I think. But we'll see how we feel about this. Not impressed. There's just way too much happening in here. The bar is like this big. The bites you have to take are like this big, because there's so much processing. I don't know. To me, it's all too much. It's all too much. I think I've had too many protein bars dipped in chocolate. It also gives me very much Think vibes. So if you were anti-Taylor's Decision on the Think bars, you might also like these Premier Protein bars. Next, the Quest Cookies and Cream Bar. Used to be a big time personal favorite. Quest is kind of very similar to the Kirkland brand bars. I would say that this has a lot of similar qualities to it. I used to eat Quest religiously. This has 21 grams of protein and 200 calories. Oh my God, I've kind of missed her. I haven't had them so long. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm gonna end it on a very positive note. I'm gonna say hide from your siblings because one, I can see myself doing that. And two, I do think it's better than a lot of these other categories, a lot of these other bars. And just all of the nostalgia that's hitting me in this moment makes me very happy. So I wanna reward the Quest bar itself. And last but not least, the RX bar. Probably Taylor's most notable obsession when it comes to protein bars. At least as of senior year of college, I ate these in almost every single flavor, but I would say the chocolate sea salt is probably top tier. These are all of the ingredients. It's written right on the front of the bar. This is 210 calories and 12 grams of protein. I mean, honestly, I was just chewing for like 90 seconds or so, but regardless, the bar is delicious. It's really that darn good. All right, clearly I'm debating between the top two categories. Should I just end on a high note? Should I just throw it up here? Honestly, here's the thing. I don't hide this from my siblings because I kind of want them to experience the protein bar as well because gosh, I'm just so nice. So I'm gonna put them in car ride home because I think that is applicable. I think it makes sense. I'm also obsessed with perfect bars and I put those in car ride home. So that category makes me happy. It's the bars that I will occasionally eat, but my top tier, I will never turn them down. Hide from your siblings makes so much sense to me. And that's that, my friends. Golly gee, I just spent so much time eating so many protein bars. I hope that this was helpful in some way. I know that there are probably so many that I wasn't able to review, but if you have any more suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Make it like a cute little protein bar recommendation comment section, a little party down there. I'll hang out down there with you. Love you all so much. I hope that you had a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. Stay safe this holiday season. I will see you on Tuesday for another beautiful video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.